This is your microphone. Put it in here like this. There you go. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
First time online on time, so 3 minutes before. And there's some flickering happening, and I know where is the flickering coming from. It's from this little device that we have, but it's okay. Once we go live, we go live. How are you, Christian?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Thank you for picking me from the airport.
Yeah, sure.
We made it barely on time, 3 minutes before going live.
Yeah, lucky there was no traffic or anything on the way.
Yeah, true. And thank you, Marcel, for this one more time, my friend. And good demo, man. You build a nice platform for n8n ambassadors.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it's looking really great.
Yeah.
And it removes the whole because I keep forgetting.
Friction,
did I post something? Didn't I post it? Or I got a confirmation mail. But wait, which event was that? And if you're doing more than one event, it gets a bit tricky to keep up. Yeah.
It gets super tricky. All right, so we're gonna build something. We're gonna build something with n8n and Replit together. We're gonna build a Chrome extension. We're gonna co-build it. The good thing is now we're standing next to each other, so you can see my screen, I can see your screen. Since my screen is being, let me quickly put it this way. And here, this flickering is bad. I wish I would have had enough chance. I could fix the flickering, but if it didn't fix, then we'll do something about it. So let's do a quick check of the current setup. And then see if everything is there properly or not. So there are some Chrome extensions that I was tinkering with. We'll remove them just to not annoy us so much. Let's quickly do a tech check of the live stream itself, and then do a little. Perfect.
Because I keep forgetting.
Yeah, perfect. The voice is good. I'm going to quickly do a LinkedIn post about this. I would really appreciate if you can repost it.
Yeah, of course.
Join us live now to see how we build n8n, a Chrome extension for n8n using Replit. All right, so you guys can join us from this link. And we'll be building something together. The actual idea here is basically a very simple. Maybe I can quickly do a little bit better post than that. And look at the camera. This goes to LinkedIn. This. Okay, and I didn't take a screenshot, did I? No, yes. Okay, so we're going to build something with Replit and Chrome extension. Sorry, a Chrome extension, basically with Replit and vibe coded. The cool thing is that when it's going to take us like, I don't know, 30 minutes to build it, or even faster.
Yeah, probably.
Now, the thing is that once we start building it, you'll discover that today's coding, agentic coding assistance makes it so easy to build these Chrome extensions, these web applications, and so on. But we have something in the store. So we'll get to that once we build the very first part of it. So tell us, Christian, what are we going to build?
Yeah, so sorry, I was a bit absent. I was still getting my laptop on the
warm up.
Yeah, no warm up. It's unfortunately it's always hot because I don't turn it off, and somehow it keeps turning on. But that's a different story. Yeah, so we initially started talking about the idea of having some version prompt. And I started a project during Christmas, but that was a bit more API focused, still not sure where it's going, just to save versions of your prompt. You could do it in Git, but I thought maybe some API would be fun. But to make this a bit more simpler and more approachable with the n8n setup, to just have a Chrome extension, and when you're editing or working with prompts in an agent, you get an extra button where then you can access all your saved prompts and all your versions from the prompts and just pick one from the version and it gets filled in. So this way you can just try out different prompts and have them versioned.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that was the initial idea.
Cool.
But as always, you find new surprises to do. So I'm curious where this will lead us.
Absolutely. And I just shared a link, a Google Meet link, because this was such an unscheduled, instantly done live stream. I will pull anyone coming live on this Google Meet. So feel free to come there so that you can ask us questions as we build things. It's a pretty much live session. We'll leave the, how do you call it, the recordings there for the future participants, but you can also ask us questions in there as well. So you feel free to do that. All right, so let's start. Basically, we are going to start from n8n, and let me show what you were just talking about, so that the audience can see what we're building or what we are planning to build. So let me put this vibe stage something like this. This is. Did I tell you that this is a software I built myself? As Vibe Stage?
I know it from. Oh no, the Vibe Stage. Yeah. We already talked about that.
All of this is all connected, so the cameras and so on. I wish I would have not put that one and instead put this one. But let's actually try to fix this flickering thing first, okay? So we'll try to fix the flickering. Meanwhile, some people might be willing to join the live call. I'll wait for that as well. All right, so there you go. Maybe you can also join the live call, the Google Meet call, because when you share your screen, then I can pull it here in this part.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so what is it that we're going to build? So we're going to build a so-called prompt S3. What do we mean by prompt S3? We can have like this little chat, normal AI agent stuff that people do make. I will put this in here. Let me quickly build it for the rest of us. And sharing the Google Meet here. And if I have an AI agent node in here, and then I have an OpenAI model, whatever. Now, the prompt that we write here, it doesn't have a history. The only place that we can put this is basically through the version history, right? So here, if I have this prompt, you're a helpful assistant, you help me in composing emails, for example. I'm just adding one example to make the point what we are going to build. And if I save it, it basically, or maybe publish it, it basically creates a version history for us in here. So this version history is allowing us to go back in time. So for example, I made that. Now I'm going to change the history as well. Help me in composing emails and create calendar events. Now, if I go this much and I save it again and I publish, not sure if you guys know this feature, but this is a very, very simple feature of n8n that is kind of like the workflow history. When you click it, it's basically like a Git history. It creates this published and kind of like a history of every single thing. And also when the autosave came, so you can also see that the autosave kind of like ran behind the scene and it created one of these versions as we go. But there is a small problem here that when you change the prompt, you don't know which version did you have.
Yeah,
like
if you
very
don't
long list.
If you don't manually add a description or a version or something, and usually
forget
during
to do
autosave
that,
it doesn't happen. It's just for the published ones.
Yeah.
So then you would have to really go through each and every one and then just click it, open, check.
Exactly.
And,
so this is the version we have. This is the latest one, right? Now this one was perhaps exactly. This is the one that was one version earlier.
Yeah.
So you're saying it is hard to trace this prompt
Yeah, because
versioning.
first of all, the version, you don't know what you change if it was
Yes.
just the prompt. So if you just want to have prompt versioning,
Yeah.
it's really not helpful if you have 10,000 saves in between and then going through each and every one.
Right.
It's very tedious and goes against this whole
Exactly.
automating stuff, making stuff more easier for everyone.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, I'm again sorry for the flickering thing. If I pull this out, I'm not sure if. Let's try that. Do you have an USB-C thing like this? Then we can fix the flickering thing. We will go offline for just a few seconds and then.
Does this work?
Does it have two USB? Yeah, this works. This absolutely works. So I'm going to quickly fix the flickering thing. You guys will not see us and also hear us just for a few seconds, and then we'll be back. Pick it, just a second. Did it pick it? Yeah, the microphone is at least back. Let me see OBS. Yes, the microphone is back. So the camera is not back yet. And the camera is also back. And can you position it properly, like back to the place where it was?
I don't know where it was.
No, backwards. Go back a little bit more. Towards, yeah, that should do the job. Yeah, perfect. We're good. And the flickering is gone. There we go. The flickering is gone.
Perfect.
And now you guys will not have like a dizzy. Let me quickly double check if the voice is still intact or it's gone.
Yeah, test 1, 2.
Yeah, should do the job. Yeah. Perfect. We're good. And the flickering is gone. Perfect. There we go. The flickering is gone. And now you guys will. I heard your voice as well. So our voices are back. All right. So what are we going to do? You have already shared a few screenshots. If you share your screen and show us what we're going to build.
Yeah, let me spin up. Let me spin up Claude.
Yeah, and once you see the demo that what we're going to build, and then we're going to start building it and explaining how we would build it with Replit. But meanwhile, Crtistian is spinning off his system. I'll explain it here. So basically, when you get a system prompt, this text here, we're going to take this text and then store it somewhere in a data table and have it kind of like as a builder of the workflow. You will decide when to save this version. So it's kind of like an extra version layer on the top of that. And what else you can do here is like this. We will inject a small button here that will say prompt history, and then the entire prompt list will open here kind of like as a stack of all these prompts that you have saved previously so that you can easily restore one. And in order to do that, we did a little bit of a feasibility check if that's possible, especially if you have a situation where you have more than one AI agent node in your canvas. How would you distinguish this AI agent node from this AI agent node? Engineers at SAP at n8n are so genius, they have already thought about that. So for example, this one is for this one. I'll just show you. I think it was for this one. Let's be sure. So right now I have this one selected, AI agent 1, and I'm going to copy the URL here. I will just paste it here. Basically, this is for this one.
I'm almost done.
And I will pull this one as well here, copy, and then paste this one here. As you can see here, this is for this one. What do you see in these two URLs is this part, basically. The other parts, that's a workflow ID. This part is the ID of the currently loaded, how do you call it? The currently loaded node. So that's what it's all about. So this thing is ID for the currently loaded node. And we will be using this identifier to identify the prompts going inside that AI agent and that AI agent, and as many AI agents as we have in the system. So based on that ID, we will then have a chance to go and then insert that button, the version history, in here, and then pull all the version histories of that particular system prompt. Did I miss anything?
No, I actually did it just very simple for the proof of concept.
Then let me bring you in the session. Let me bring you here. There you go.
And let's see if the screen sharing works.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Take your time. Meanwhile, I will.
No, this is not my main browser, so I'm not sure if.
Oh, I see. So yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. So if I have an AI agent here,
yeah,
I made it this way that as soon as I have the system message, it attaches this button to it.
Perfect.
And
look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. This is what we're going to build. So literally, this prompt S3 button is something we're going to build together. And you have already done a full version of that, just so that we know that it's possible.
Yeah, however, like when doing some live demo, stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
and also it's something you built an hour ago. So that's fine.
Yeah, let me just refresh my screen and do it again. Then I can also explain how.
How can you do it? Yeah.
How I've done it. So let's reset everything back. So I'm going to delete this thing because right now it's not a Chrome extension. It's just some JavaScript code. Yeah. So let me put that code back in. And we're adding the system message. Then I have this button here. And then if I click on prompt history, it fetches through webhooks.
Nice.
It fetches all the prompts that exist.
I like how you have done the theme. It's so close to the theme of n8n, right?
Yeah. It was really much work. It was just a screenshot and telling Claude to do it. And you can see the full prompt because this is just a title. And if you click on it, you can see the full prompt.
Yeah.
So you're an agent that does stuff. Do not make mistakes.
And what does this use button do?
This will then
copy it back.
It inserts it back to the system message.
In the system message.
Yeah.
Basically in here. Okay, cool. So we have a proof of concept in place. So we know it's going to work. And Christian has done it. I also did it. I just came from Frankfurt. I had a flight. When waiting for the flight, I did a proof of concept. Not only that, but also something else. And that is a surprise for you guys. So stay long, watch it till the end so that you can see what else we will do with this Chrome extension. All right, so how are we going to do it? With what platform are we going to do it? It is called Replit. For those of you who do not know Replit, Replit is basically a vibe coding platform. It's imagine your Claude Code or Cursor or Windsurf or Gemini CLI pretty much on a web interface, and it's end-to-end integrated with a proper CI/CD, GitHub integration, a PowerShell. So basically, you get your CLI, you get your terminal. It spins off a virtual machine. Under the hood, which models they're using, I think it's automatically changing different models, probably mostly Claude. And then with the click of a publish button, it basically pushes everything on CDN if it's a static one.
Yeah.
It has a database, it has an authentication. So everything comes like end-to-end attached to it. So kind of like closely correlatable to Lovable or Bold or V0. But those are more kind of like this proof of concept design and things like that. But in this case, it's more software, kind of like serious software building, serious web application, mobile application, Chrome extension, and so on and so forth. So what we have right now on my screen is the very first landing page of Replit, and we'll build this Chrome extension in just a second. So, have you used Replit before?
No, it's been on my to-do list I think about a few months already.
Oh,
because
nice.
I've seen some demos. I was curious about it.
Perfect. Then,
But as things evolve in AI, you go to sleep with 5 things in your to-do list, and you wake up and find 10 new things, and you just
7 more. Same thing.
You just can't keep up with
Yes.
everything. So no, I haven't.
Yes.
I spend most of my time in Cloud Code if it's some coding.
So how
I'm
about
also curious.
how about we do a little kind of like a detour of everything in Replit? That's also for audience and as well for yourself.
Yeah, sure.
To see what Replit does and what is there and so on. Oh, nice. We have 10 people watching live. And we have a few people on this call, on the Google Meet call. So if you guys have any question from the folks from Google Meet, just unmute your microphone. We are just a few people. Ashwin, unmute your microphone and ask your question. Just we'll keep it as collaborative as possible. All right, so let's do a quick detour, small round of what is Replit. So as I said, this is the very first prompt. You can build quite a few things with Replit. So you can build websites, basically web applications. You can build mobile applications. And what you can do with this mobile applications is basically it's using Expo. So it's React Native wrapper, and then you can get a QR code and then you scan it. It's an actual native mobile application, hybrid mobile application. So then there is this design mode. The difference between this design mode and the normal website mode is that it literally eliminates everything backend. It is just the front end. It allows you to build a front end only that allows you with the click of a button make it full stack application. So it's just the front end JavaScript, HTML, CSS, but mostly Next.js and mostly React. So it's pretty much ready for that. What is really cool is about these slides. You can build slides. It's really animation, like really nice CSS animations and everything comes off the shelf with slides and animation and data visualization, 3D games, document, spreadsheet, and so on and so forth. And something new just came up like, I would say 10 days ago called Canvas. With Canvas, then you can like literally build things like as a Figma, I would say. You draw things and then it turns into HTML with a click of a button.
Okay, that sounds cool.
So let's
if only
go
I
to
could draw.
You just need to draw. Like, literally, that's how cool.
I'm bad at drawing. I hate front end.
Me too. I used to do this little crash course of Figma. I learned only like 3 or 4 shortcut keys, and I was like building everything with only those 3 shortcut keys. Anyways, so let's get to it. What I want to build is a very, very simple Chrome extension that sits on the top of n8n, and whenever I open it, it basically opens a text box, or maybe it opens just a list of prompts. And then we will stitch it together one piece at a time. So we will not do everything at once. We'll do one stitch at a time. So what I want to do here is I'll prompt it very, very naively, saying like, create a Chrome extension that would show a list of prompts when I open it, or maybe a list of text having a title and a detail text. When I open it, it has all the text stacked on the top of another with a panel having, how much is that? That much is like 100 by 380, let's say, if that's 380 pixel by 100 pixel. That shows the title and the full text, but trimmed to fit the entire panel size. I'll do that. Any other idea you have for the prompt?
Yeah. So where will we be fetching the prompts?
We will
from?
do that in the next round.
Okay.
One round we make something that we can just put it there. It's
Yeah.
just some sample. So here I will say like generate some lorem ipsum text for 5 of those titles and text. We call them prompts, and the title of this drawer menu that is opened by clicking the Chrome extension should show prompt s3, n8n prompt s3, abc123. The abc123 is an ID that I will be passing it later in the development stage. Right now it is just a mock, the same way as the lorem ipsum. Anything else? So basically I'm creating this drawer that opens on the side. When I click it, it opens like this, and then it has like this stack of 5 of them. That's it.
Yeah.
And then
it's a good start.
There will be a, well, actually, let's put the button that says insert or copy. Use.
Yeah.
Add a button next to. Okay, let's add one more thing that I can make it expanded on a model dialog.
Yeah, because if the prompt is long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So each prompt description should have read more. If I click, then it should show me the entire prompt in a model dialog, maximum to, I don't know, 80 VH. 70 is better. VH, so it's kind of like viewport height, so maximum that much.
Okay.
And have a scroll bar to the div that contains all the text, because it can be that the prompts are usually so
really
big,
long,
so therefore it can be done. I think that's good.
Yeah,
this is a good first version. Let's kickstart and then have a little bit chat.
I'll turn off my Google Meet camera, because if I go to the side, people will be blinded. If I come back, so I have to somehow always get.
The Google Meet is not being streamed, so you
but
turn off
for the people that are watching on Meet, so I'll turn my camera off.
True. I will also turn it off. All right. So what we see here, this is a good small detour that I can show some parts of this amazing tool called Replit. This is that new thing that I was talking about, this painting, this drawing thing, this so-called canvas, the draw feature.
Okay.
We'll come to that in just a sec. But what is happening right now is it's going in this autonomous mode. It is kind of like going in. It has different modes, like in Claude code we have this dangerously skip permissions. There we have like this autonomous mode and the power mode, and then there's this max mode. The max mode is basically for long-running hands-off building experience. When you click this, it basically runs for as long as it takes to get the job done. And the CEO and founder of Replit, Amjad Nasad, did a little documentary style video. If you guys want to watch it, it's on YouTube. It's amazing how they got from like 2 minutes to 20 minutes to 200 minutes of autonomous execution of the agent, especially with Agent 4 coming up here. It's really cool. I highly recommend watching that Replit documentary. This is this one. It's a 52-minute long video. It's really cool. I like the story. I'm also not entirely finished. I just started it, and I want to watch it with my wife because she's also a programmer. And I see Amjad's wife there with his children. and I say like, oh no, I'm gonna stop and watch it together with my family. So somewhere here he brings his children. This is Amjad's wife, also the designer and co-founder, and these are the children of Amjad. So the story as an immigrant and as someone that he went to the US and made it out, I really can relate to him. And also I used to teach in a coding school some years ago, 2017. I've been using Replit since then. Replit is not new.
Oh, okay.
It's,
I don't know.
if you remember Code Sandbox or CodePen,
I think
these
it
were
rings a bell.
browser-based coding things, and Replit was one of the very first ones that brought in packages, like npm packages. So you could literally go in a browser and then npm install, and then it would bring it. And I was teaching web development in a coding school, and I was using Replit. So I have some emails from Amjad himself directly coming in those times.
Yeah.
So it was a tiny startup in Silicon Valley, and he was the one managing all the communication with his clients. But now it's a massive company. Anyways, so a few things before we go and check it. And also there's an error. We'll tackle that in just a second. But a few things I want to do in this little detour is that if you click on this tools, you'll see a list of all the tools that I was talking about. It comes with, like the database, the integrations, the app storage, the binary storage, authentication, security scanner, which I will talk about once we do a publish. It has like literally a security scanner that can scan all for flaws that any vibe coder can have. It already has it off the shelf. And then automations and everything, but the thing that you and I as developers would love to see is this thing.
The console,
So you, like literally you see the console that is running this web application. It's basically a little virtual machine that is mounted in there. And also it has just a shell, like literally the shell that we are aware of. It's just a Linux machine that's running there, and it has everything that we're used to as web developers. So this is a great end-to-end platform that can do this. So let's see what's the problem and resolve this problem. So I will build agent encounter running this investigation issue, checkpoint 2. I will say just please resume. I hope it's not my credit that I ran out of credits. Other than that, it should. Chrome extension files now. And in here, if you open it, you see this file tree. And this is basically just all the files that were created, like this artifact, the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension is already here, the API servers, the Git. So I also want to show you the Git integration. So it already comes as a Git integration. Yeah. So under the hood, it is committing and pushing to a Git repository automatically. And you can literally, once you're done, you can take it out, put it somewhere on your own infrastructure. So it's basically just pushing these files. So apparently it created this Chrome extension. Let me see what the agent's saying. Agent encounter. Let me build the Chrome extension files now. Investigating the issue. Doesn't matter. We can keep that as it is. Apparently it created it. So let's download this, and then let's go and put it together, and then see if that Chrome extension is gonna work. So here, this is the Chrome extension. I'm gonna go and add it here. All right. So it was this one, right? And if I add it, failed to load the extension. So it's looking for some icons. I can see that it's looking for this icon. Apparently I don't need any icon. I will just ask the agent to
but do we see maybe some more detail in the error?
Icon. Please see the screenshot. It isn't working. And ignore investigating the issue that you can check. So there was something that it was investigating and it couldn't check it. This is common vibe coding gotchas, and it can be
so now I see the error. So
it's missing
pop-up.js. Yeah.
But pop-up.js, I saw, oh yeah, it doesn't have it here. It didn't generate, it didn't finish generating. So
yeah, so it has some issue with the pop-up.js.
Now let me create it. So it's going to create this pop-up JSON here. So the agent is having an issue. Let me quickly leave this project and then come back. Huh? At least I'm going to copy this entire thing to give it a new shot, because it can happen that it's stuck in a loop. So let's give it a new shot from here. Meanwhile, let me see. Okay. So the generation is ongoing, and let me see the files. There you go. Files are pretty much being generated. So the manifest is created. If you guys know how to create Chrome extensions, that's basically HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's it. You have this manifest file that is literally a JSON that is explaining two Chrome engines, be it whatever Chrome browser or Chromium-based browsers. It contains this metadata about your Chrome extension. This pop-up CSS is the CSS, the cascading style sheet that goes and beautifies your Chrome extension. The pop-up HTML is just the kind of like the skeleton of your pop-up. And I think we don't need the JSON, the JS yet, because there's no JavaScript that we need to run. So I think it's done. So this is standalone Chrome extension, files, no backend needed. I'll create those files directly. Let's wait for this to finish.
Yeah, working. I've never done a Chrome extension, just a Firefox extension once, but it's some similar approach. But I also don't remember exactly. I also used just, I don't remember if at that time it was Claude or even ChatGPT, but it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Cool. So let's give it one last try. Apparently the same error happened again, but let's keep our hopes high and see if we can get that thing up and running. So it must be this one, the one. All right, so did we add something? Because the naming conventions might be the same. Okay, okie dokie. This one goes here. Nope. It's still looking for that icon. Couldn't load the icon. Then let's go and manually try to fix it. It's in the manifest. It is looking for these default icons. I don't need these icons, and neither these icons.
I think the comma.
Yes. No, it's a valid JSON. Oh, and checkout point. Okay, working 3. Now let's download this. And manage extensions, load and packed. Okay. So we got our extension loaded. It's called n8n prompt S3. Let me go to the n8n workflow that we have been building. Where was it? Here. This one. And in here, if I add this extension, n8n prompt S3, and it shows n8n prompt S3 just as a little dialog. We'll now go in and create it further. So I'm gonna just create it like this. Take a screenshot. Let's go back to our Chrome extension here. I'll prompt it now properly. It didn't generate the lorem ipsum because the agent had the error. It never arrived to the lorem ipsum part. Now I already have the prompt here. I'll say that, can you double check the original prompt? There was something wrong and you didn't generate the list of all the prompts as I originally asked. Here is my entire prompt again. Okay, now, meanwhile this is running, what is your general feeling about these end-to-end integrated platforms like Replit? Isn't it changing the way products are built? Especially with these forward deployed engineers?
It is changing a lot. And what I saw about Replit, that it has also the security scanner, because the fact is that people that have nothing to do with coding creating things, and they're checking how it looks, and it looks fine, but they don't understand, or they don't even know what they should be looking for. Like using the wrong API key, like the secret Stripe key instead of the public one. And then all of a sudden you're charging people you shouldn't be charging. And these are things that, people just didn't grow up with.
Or having a logic check on the front end, and people can literally right-click and spec changes in logic.
But you would be laughing. I had this with a very large telecom company, a mobile operator, I won't name anyone, that had the check in the front-end JavaScript, and I couldn't recharge my credit. And I just modified the JavaScript in my browser, and then could charge my credit. I didn't want to do something bad. I just wanted to pay the money, and they didn't allow me. And I was just baffled. I was expecting to get a backend error after this, and it then worked. And I was like, oh, this is bad. And this was a long time before AI coding.
True. Unfortunately, we keep getting this message on Replit's agent encountered error while running. We're investigating the issue. In that case, then it's something that I wouldn't waste the rest of the time of our live session. Something happened. I'm not sure what was that. But let me change something in here. Build with parallel agents, design, let's try the agent 4. Or let's change something in here. I really want to do this with Replit and not create, do not build it with, what do you call it, with Cloud Code, because I know Cloud Code is going to crash it in one prompt, but there are a lot of, if this error would have not happened, this error, there you would see the entire experience of Replit. It's really powerful when it works. But let me quickly see if I can give it some more power. Maybe turn off the app testing in Code Optimizer, and let's give it another shot and see what happens.
I mean, the thing with the tools, some tools are more specialized on something, and the way I see Replit, it's like designed to give you a full app of everything, and probably with a Chrome extension, when it handles JS, HTML, CSS, it might then think, okay, I'm supposed to do some web app things, might try to spin up something that doesn't work. So that could probably, but I since there's no real error message there, I see the issue. Missing.
It's just messing the pop-up JS. How about like we literally create that file here, and then try it again. Maybe it will jump over it. I see the issue. Pop-up message is missing. Where do I have that? Is it somewhere?
Yeah, no, unfortunately the same.
Same errors. We're hitting the same brick wall again and again. And I even have created a new project in Estelle. Let me do something else. I'll create a simple website and put this prompt that we had, and even change it to simpler one. Yeah, something like that. So if it goes over that one hurdle, I believe it's going to continue going. The agent is somehow fixated on that one thing, and it keeps hammering on that. Unless it is just my credit that I ran out of credit. Never mind. If this fails, then we switch to Cloud Code, and we switch to something that you and I like, which is
what, the terminal?
SpecKit.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Spigot. If this works, then we stick with Replit. Otherwise, then we switch to Spigot. Let's give one last chance to Replit. All right. Meanwhile, if there are any questions, Code Sandbox, yeah, was awesome. Yeah, true, Ashwin. Now I saw your message, Code Sandbox. Thank you, Ashwin. Ashwin is saying wonderful session as always. Aemal is awesome, so inspiring. Thank you so much. Christian is also awesome. Thank you so much for.
Yeah, I'm not talking so much. I'm more the silent person. Usually when I do n8n events, then having a crowd makes it easier.
Yeah.
But now it's just us standing and me staring at the camera, and then I'm just starting already to think the next step we're doing.
There are 13 people watching right now. For you guys who are watching live, we have a Google Meet session running. I'll share that Google Meet session right now in the chat section of this live session. If you want to join there, I already shared it in the start. But if you want to join there, then feel free to join, because then we can have literally a little on the microphone, a little conversation about these things that we're building. So let me quickly go to
it was creating some screenshots. That's
so apparently it is okay. Apparently it worked. So that little hack that we did, it worked. That's good. So we are going to stick to this one. All right. So join this. Look who's there. I can see. I can see Mr. Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil, come on, join us. Onboard, come on. If you are still there, it doesn't have a timestamp. The online session is not having a timestamp. Here, Dr. Evil was there, at least when I was not paying attention to the messages. He was here. Oh, there, someone is trying to knock the door. This must be Dr. Evil.
Right, I'm not throwing anything else. Yes, cheeseburger and pizza. Yeah, that would be great.
Alrighty. So now this is how the Chrome extension is going to look like when we load it. Not bad. There's small design issues. I'll quickly take a screenshot and mention it to the agent.
Yeah, but it definitely created a web app, so it didn't go the
it's going to work. It's the same web app.
Yeah.
I'll just instruct it to go one step on the other way, and then it's gonna. There we go. Giko is joining. Hello. He already put us. Look at that. Show us your beautiful face.
Hey.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing fine. Currently,
put the camera more on your face. The camera is not so much on your face. Now it is. There you go. Oh, it's that what's it called? The AI feature that follows your face. Yeah. How are you?
Doing fine. I was about to set up my 3D printer and following your stream with my headsets while doing that. Really enjoying this, and also so fun to see as always.
I don't know if you saw this or not. Thank you again for this amazing gift.
Have a look. I have the new version for you also.
Oh yeah, please. Can I sign up for one?
Christian needs one. Come on, give one to Christian. This one, as you stated on the online post, this traveled around the world with me, and I want your 3D printer to somehow fix the microphone place in here, or microphone holder. You know the microphone holder. Yeah. No, I have an idea for this. When we meet next time, I'll tell you. You know the DJI microphone that can. I have this little thing that has microphone, so I can cut this, and then if you can fix this with like this with me, and then I can use this as my microphone holder, not this as my microphone holder. You know what I'm saying? So this becomes my microphone holder. I will put the DJI microphone here, and I'll be talking to people and then using this as a microphone holder. So I'll borrow your 3D printer for a day. I'll stop by in your studio and then we do it together, huh?
Awesome.
All right.
Anyway, wish you guys good luck with Replit. I would love to see this end-to-end. Hopefully you make this work.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
jumped over a problem that Replit had, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Maybe.
See you later.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Maybe we should try some Dr. Evil methods, threaten Replit.
Yeah,
and,
we
see if it's...
we can see where the Replit's standing now. So okay, so now let's see if Replit can fix this little CSS issue. It's still
working. Yeah,
working.
It's thinking. Pop-up container.
Okay. Now let this thing run. Okay, what we now need to do is perhaps we should already switch to Cloud Code.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah, let's give that a try because it was at least for the proof of concept I did, it was like really a one-shot prompt, and I didn't create an extension, just the JavaScript code that I pasted into the console.
Okay. Then let's get to that. So what I want to do is I will bring my terminal here. There we go. Let me minimize this and keep it here.
Speaking of terminal, what's your favorite shell to start some Flameware?
iTerm 2.
No, your shell.
ZSHRC.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I hope that didn't break the stream. Did it break the stream? Let me see. No, all good. No, the stream is broken. Now it should be back. All right, so can you keep an eye on the stream, please? See if the stream is working.
Yeah, Google thinks I'm a robot, so I have to sign in.
You are not a robot. All right, so we're gonna go to this little folder and make a new folder. Let's call it n8n extension, I would say, because we're building an extension for n8n. And then I'm using Gravity, anti-gravity, if that's fine for you.
Yeah.
What do you use?
NeoVim.
Oh yeah.
And Tmux.
That's
my life in a VM. And
like
Cloud Code on the side.
Vim?
NeoVim.
NeoVim?
Yeah.
It is all with shortcut keys like the Vim times?
Yeah.
I don't know NeoVim. So it's
without any additional plugins, it just looks like Vim.
I see.
But yeah, I really need the keys. I tried VS Code with Vim bindings, but it's just not the same.
Nice. Now, I want to load my terminal like this on the right side so that we can also see files in anti-gravity, and my Cloud Code can run here. So you and I said like we like to use SpecKit.
Yes.
So let's take a small intro to SpecKit, so some audience can see what SpecKit is. So SpecKit is specification kit. It's a so-called spec-driven development. It's just an extension to almost all of your AI code generators, agentic code generators, that would allow you to generate more with specification driven. You'll see it in just a minute. But what it does, by the way, it's an official GitHub project, and it's being maintained by the maintainer of MCP. What's his name? Dan something?
I'm very bad with names.
Yeah. Where did I read that? Somewhere. Oh yeah, in the video. So there's a video. If you go, I always go and investigate people like that. So it's Dan, not Dan.
Something that you probably have not
This
heard
this
about
guy
because
is
already.
is also the one of the contributors of or the MCP.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's working at MCP, and you can follow him. Great engineer. And he did the MCP project, Claude SDK at Anthropic, and now he is the main person who's doing SpecKit, or at least with his team. Now let's go back to SpecKit. What we do have in SpecKit is simply a few commands that we can run. This is how you install it. Installation is an easy stuff. I don't want to bother you so much on the installation part of it, but let's go actually create a GitHub repository so that we also share this with you guys as we go on. So let's call it n8n extension. Create the repository here. And let me quickly. Okay, so I have this main repository done in here. What I want to do is spin off SpecKit. So once you install SpecKit, I believe the screen is cut a little bit, so I need to put this in the center so we can see that here. So what we need to do, once you install SpecKit, then you see something like this. Let me make the screen visible to the stream. So when you say specify this terminal, this is what Dan and his team built as a project of GitHub. And what they do here is basically they generate some bash commands, some MD files, and so on. You're also using a SpecKit. Tell us more before I start running some commands.
I can also show a project that's built completely with SpecKit. So the first step is you define your constitution, like what tech stack it should use.
But in general, what is it? Like general, not in steps, because we are going to go and do the constitution and everything step by step here.
Like as a developer coming from a test-driven development, this is like a spec-driven development. So it just creates all the things that you need for your feature to implement. It creates a lot of markdown files. And basically, you can just clear the session every time. It has everything in the markdown files for every for the feature you want to build, and it takes care of different branches and creating a lot of files that you can read before it actually goes ahead and does the coding.
In return helps Claude Code to become more stronger and more context aware and know how to do things in a better way.
Yes, and also you can read in advance what it's intending to do, and then spot something that say, okay, no, that's not right, and fix it before it goes on a coding session for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and then you find out I actually did the wrong thing. And also it asks interesting questions where sometimes you forgot something, and the question just means, oh, yeah. And it's pretty context aware of the project you're building to ask the right questions.
Absolutely. So the first, let's get started with this. So the very first thing you need to do in SpecKit is you do specify init. So as you see here, this is the command that I need to initialize it. And if I'm initializing it on a project that I already have, this is the command I need to use. So specify init dot the AI agent, which in this case is Claude. So I'm going to specify this. It says that I have some files that might be overwritten. I'm fine with that. And I'm using ZSHRC. So that's our PowerShell, the shell that we have. And then it just did something. Now, if I show you the files, what it did, it basically created these MD files. So this is pretty much a lot of work that we used to do manually before SpecKit. Now SpecKit spins off this for us. And with memory, Constitution will come and see that it's right now just a scaffolding. Once we spin off the Constitution, it will know it. But this is interesting part. The shell scripts, basically these shell scripts will be used by Claude Code as and when it's running it. So the best idea is that we always create like a little Git history as we go on. So I will just commit it as initial commit with spec.kit, so that we have like little system in place, and we can see everything that we are doing in the browser. So let me quickly push it here and make sure that the n8n extension is running in there. There we go. So this is our first initial commit. And then we can also do the health check of spec.kit to see if what is installed or not. It's just there, not a big deal. Now comes the constitution. What's constitution?
Yeah, so that's where you define the rules of how it's supposed to act. For example, how to execute tests, how to write the code, what linting options it should use, and other rules you have in guidelines to tell it how to code, because this will be loaded every time when you plan a new feature.
So this is the command, and this is basically the English instruction in natural language that what is your constitution in here. So right now, if you can see here, it says like create principles focused on code quality, testing standards, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to build a constitution like that. I want to kind of like spit something out there by saying like, by the way, this is the / command. This is visible to your code generator, because now that is there. You can see here, this is my Claude code. If I type /, it didn't pick it because I had the terminal running before that. So I need to run it one more time in order for this to pick it. Now let's see. So basically, it has just a few spec.kit constitution. A specify, that's a feature specification. You specify what you want to build, and then you plan it, you generate all the tasks, and then you implement. And then it picks one task at a time, it creates it, puts it back, creates it, puts it back. It's so much similar to a project that I have done before called Vibebox, which was using Taskmaster under the hood, using MCP integrations. But now this one is really, really better than Taskmaster, and I'm so glad that this project became so serious on GitHub. So now, if I type /, you can see all of these / commands available for us because of all these settings that we have done in here with just that spec.kit in it.
Yep.
Anything you want to add here before we go on to?
No, so just the constitution that it creates, definitely go in and look at it and add other things that you want, because it will be the basis for your whole project.
Exactly.
And before the planning step, you also can add a clarify step, where it then asks you these questions that sometimes really make you think about your own project. And makes it also much clearer what it should do in some edge cases.
Yeah. So let's create the constitution. What should the constitution be like? Do you have something in mind that we should type? It's a Chrome extension.
Yeah, Chrome extension, follow best practices for Chrome extension.
Exactly.
It will be just a self-hosted proof of concept, maybe. I'm not sure if we should
follow best practices for building a Chrome extension. Best practices for building a Chrome extension. That's pretty much, because it has this Gen AI behind it, it generates it, and then it automatically will generate that constitution for us. Since we did a git commit, you see there is no change in the tree that I'm seeing on the left side. And now this page will create the constitution, and we'll see this in the terminal as well. When I say git status, right now the working tree is clean. But once this constitution / command runs, then you'll see it that it's gonna create a bunch of other files.
And a nice thing about SpecKit, it's not something SpecKit specific, it's just Cloud Code. You can use it with an agent team, and then you can configure a tmux to open a different pane for each agent, then it spins up. And then you can talk to different agents. You can have one agent doing the test, one agent doing
exactly
the coding,
multi-agent, exactly.
And it opens up a different pane in tmux for each agent, and you can chat with each agent while it's still running, which is also fun.
Did you hear that ting, that notification from my laptop? This is a very, very interesting feature in Cloud Code called hooks. And this is a notification hook, and it's just like a simple beep sound that is native to MacBook.
Yeah, so, I'm pushing it to Slack to notify me.
By the way, guys, there is a new feature released 15 hours ago, or at least now 20 hours ago, because 5 hours ago I checked it was 15 hours ago. So yesterday there was a new feature released by Cloud Code. It has this little thing called enable auto mode. It's when you're running Claude. So if you run Claude with this parameter or this extra, my brain is right now failing. This extra flag. So it's basically going in auto mode. You don't need then this skip dangerously skip permissions parameter, which is
just auto mode.
It's auto mode.
Yeah, without the enable.
And without enable, so it's like auto mode like this, right?
Auto dash mode, yeah.
Yeah, so double dash auto mode.
Yeah, let me.
Is it already, or do you need an update? I think you need an
option, but I checked the help and it shows permission mode, auto mode.
Yeah, permission auto mode or something like that. But anyways, you guys can check it on the help page. But what it does is it eliminates the need for this, so it automatically runs and always accepts these permissions. So for now, I'm just gonna continue accepting this. And then now you see here the constitution file, which used to be like just a scaffolding. Now it filled it literally with all of that data. So with this, you get basically something that is in the brain or in the memory of, loaded in the memory of Cloud Code whenever it starts generating new code. So it always keeps everything in check. So things that are so general goes in the constitution file. So once it's completed, then I will stop this. I'll commit this. This is the best practice that you can continue to have. Like when you're using spec code, always do one change and then do that commit so that you can go back and see what happened in there. So it's still running. So for how long have you been using spec code now?
SpecKit, it's been a few months already. So before Christmas, I don't know when I started this project. I'm not sure if this project is the first one.
It's a 6 months old project. 6 months or 5 months old project.
Sometime before Christmas, because I started 2 projects and I was already using it, and I'm not sure if I did something before that. But
so all right, this is done. I also started like a couple of months ago, but at the time when it started, I was just doing the Vibebox project. This Vibebox project is like, as you can see here, 8 months old. But at the time, there was no SpecKit, and there was this other project that was so similar to this. It's called Taskmaster. It's a CLI that generates basically tasks. But SpecKit is way more than tasks. It's this constitution, the planning, and so on. So therefore, I like SpecKit more than Taskmaster.
I actually wanted to try Taskmaster. I saw it, you posted it sometime, and it was one of the things that, again, was on the to-do list, and now it just got dropped because, okay, sorry, SpecKit is here.
A small detour about Taskmaster and about this autonomy of these things. I ran a small hackathon on Taskmaster. If you search hackathon, you'll see this video. That's like a 3 hours long video. You can see here 3 hours long.
I read that,
$27. It costed us $27. 4 hours. It ran for 4 hours autonomously. And in the room, we are like around 10 people, on average 10 years experienced software engineers. And what we built was amazing. We built an entire n8n SDK in 4 hours. And most of those 4 hours, we were talking to each other.
Yeah.
Like literally. Now we will do the same thing here, because once SpecKit starts building, and we will be talking and it will be generating code. So very similar experience in that sense. So let's quickly push this. Added Spigot constitution. Now, what else? The next thing we have on the list of Spigot is after constitution, we do the specification. So basically, this is the moment when we are building the specification. I have a method for here. Before I tell you my method, I would like to understand how do you do your specifications?
I usually describe what feature it should build. Sometimes I make this error of adding too much technical stuff in there.
I see.
And that's dangerous because it will drop it.
Exactly.
So instead of telling it, like code example, point it to files that have examples, and then it will do the research on those files.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll just drop it and do some other research and go completely the wrong way if you're not careful and not checking what it's doing.
Exactly. Exactly. I do it a little bit differently. The way I do it is like this. I go to ChatGPT and I turn on the microphone and I speak my mind. Just speak my mind what I'm going to build. And I say like, create a PRD for me, a product requirement document. And it creates this one big markdown file. And then I copy paste that markdown file on the root of my folder. And then I let Spigot pick that file. Very similar to what you just do, but like this. Can you please create a product requirement document for the following information? I'd like to build a Chrome extension that will show a list of prompt S3s for the n8n AI agent node. When I click any AI agent node, it would, from the URL parameters, it would get the ID of the AI agent node, and it will pass that as a parameter to this Chrome extension. Basically, a button will be embedded in every single AI agent node in n8n when I open it in the pop-up dialog. And then the click of that button will take the URL from the parameter, pass it to the Chrome extension. It will open the Chrome extension as a drawer on the page. So you need to inject that in the DOM of the page. So it opens with a nice animation from the side as a drawer. And then that list will show a list of all the prompts with a title and with the full prompt in a 380 pixel by 100 pixel panel, one prompt at a time, and then stack it all of them. The latest should be on the top, so basically descending order from the created date. And where this data comes from? It comes from an API that I will provide you. And that API is basically a webhook to an n8n that you don't need to really worry about that. I will just provide you that API with all the contract details later on when needed. All right, so now create a very detailed PRD. Do not touch any technical details except the fact that this is a Chrome extension. Stay focused on the specification of it and create it as a PRD document. So I do this. Usually I spend like a little bit of time to go through it. Yesterday, for example, on the way to Frankfurt in a train, I built this PRD for a platform that I'm building right now, which is a platform for running workshops, basically. I call it Aemal Learn. And then I spent like almost 1 hour to just fix my PRD. Maybe another hour after the tasks were generated by Spigot, and then I let it go for multiple hours. And Aemal Learn is almost 80% ready. And I was super busy yesterday with the workshop in Frankfurt and so on. So here's a PRD that's generated. I don't like the fact that it created these little snippets in here because now copying it is becoming harder. But it's just a show time. I'm just gonna go on with it and copy the entire part.
Yeah, so with Spigot mostly, I've just now got I think 1 or 2 projects that I started from scratch with SpecKit, and other projects are existing projects where I'm just adding a feature. So there, the specify step is a bit shorter because you do it feature after feature. And I also do the commits only after the whole feature is completed.
I see.
So I don't commit the markdown files because mostly they don't touch the previous steps. But it doesn't. And now what I want to try to do is, as a next step, to get it or to try how it works with work trees. To have it work on multiple features at the same time. We'll have different cloud
I
instances.
see. The Git work tree.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. That is a little bit of a heavy lifting. Once it starts running, that's why your computer is really hot most often.
No, my cloud is actually on a VM.
On a VM.
Yeah, so I don't keep it on a laptop.
How strong is that VM that you're running it? 4 GB RAM or?
No, it has 32 because
32, so
I have
strong VM.
I have 3 physical machines. So in total, each one of them has 196 gigs of RAMs.
What?
And 96 cores each.
What? Why that strong machines? These are physical machines that you have
I've
at
rented.
home?
No, not at home. I've rented because I run my whole business, my client's business on them. So I have
see.
to.
So you have
be
a
able
full rack, like as a bare metal server that you're.
Bare metal, but they are at Hetzner.
I see. It's
and different data centers and 2 backup servers.
That is
also
quite,
because I'm paranoid with backups.
Yeah, quite a bit. All right, so now we're ready to do the spec. Here, this is spec file, but instead of like giving this text, I'm gonna load it through the PRD, and then we go in a long SpecKit.
And remind me to tell something about remote control.
Exactly, we'll do some talk about remote control. Specify, I'll say load everything from PRD and generate the specs. There you go. Now, this is going to go for a very long run. And until then, we'll take some questions from our online audience if there is any. And you and I will check the remote thingy, huh? The remote control.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any question coming in. Tatka Gerzan, how are you? Then let me keep an eye on the online session. Okay, now the remote control. This was a QR code that runs on your screen. You scan it.
In Cloud Code, you can add the command /remote control.
Yes.
And then it gives you a QR code.
Yeah.
You scan it with your phone. And then in Cloud, on your phone, you have a Cloud Code tab, and you can continue chatting, and it will do the whole development on wherever you started. So in my case, it would be on the VM. So I don't have to go back to Cloud, so I can do it on the way from my phone.
So you SSH to your VM?
No, on the laptop.
How do you open your VM?
I do that in my laptop.
Through your terminal, right?
Yes.
And you see the QR code on your terminal, on your laptop's screen.
Yeah.
You take your phone, you scan it.
Yeah.
You close your laptop.
Yes.
Because the VM is alive.
Yeah.
In this terminal, this remote control on your phone is connected to that VM, and then you control your things in here.
Cloud does it automatically, so it's nothing that I have to do.
Right.
It's just connected to Cloud, and Cloud is talking
to the
session.
It's a Cloud off-the-shelf feature.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, the prompts, like these permission requests, these notifications, they also come here. Do you get a notification on that?
I don't know, because I always run with dangerously accept everything.
Skip permissions.
Since it's in a VM that doesn't have access to production or anything, even if it burns out the whole VM,
in this thing that I was showing earlier, this one, we did it with dangerously skip permission in those 4 hours. But it was inside a Docker container, so it was all right. So, okay, the file generation has completed. No, it's still ongoing. Then let's go try the remote control.
Yeah.
Does it run on the running session?
I think it does. Yeah, it does. You can just type in /remote control. Maybe you shouldn't broadcast the QR code. I don't know if somebody's quick. Then we'll hijack our session.
Good point. Then I will quickly move this thing in the other screen, and then I'll bring it here. Okay. So I'm writing literally / remote control.
I think it was, doesn't it?
It must be
No, for
something
me it
that
just
I need
shows
to install.
remote.
Yeah, I need to install it. This remote control must be an MCP that I need to install. So,
I don't think I installed anything.
or maybe it's
It
a
came
version
in-
of the CLI that I need to update or something.
Yeah, it came.
3.4.7. It's
no,
okay.
no, 2.183, 3.4. That's just my Ruby version.
Okay, okay. No, then it's okay. We'll see that in just a second because the spec completed generate. Oh no, it's keeps hitting this extension.yaml.
Or was there some special setting? I don't remember. I can look that
No,
up.
this must be because Claude comes with its core pretty much without a lot of plugins. This must be a plugin. I haven't used it before, so I don't know. All right, so here we go. All of them are done, and the spec file it created these prompt drawer and then the checklist, and these are all the files that were created from this spec file and the spec MD. Since we want to kind of like start completing all the dots, connecting all the dots, I will pretty much submit added spec kit specs. And you see here, now this is important. It also did a checkout. So basically it created a new branch on my Claude, on my machine, which is this GitHub repository that I showed you guys earlier. Where was it? Here, n8n extension. Now it has a new branch. We can already create the pull request for this. I'll put the description later, just to show you guys how the files are changing and how these changes are coming in. So it added these two files in here. All right, so what's next in SpecKit after specification?
Yeah, here's where you would run the clarify step to ask clarifying questions if there are any.
Yeah.
And what I also usually do, I just clear the context after every step.
So I will clear the context like this.
Yeah.
And
then
you would like to put a SpecKit
clarify.
Yeah. SpecKit.clarify. What it does is, as it shows here, that identify under-specified areas in the current feature spec by asking up to 5 highly targeted clarification questions and encoding answers back into the spec project. What do you think? We skip this step because I wanted to generate, and we have been 1 hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
In about 40 minutes, our guests will start showing up in here.
Yeah, sure.
We'll have so let's skip this,
Then
but
we'll
this is a very interesting step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then let's go directly to the plan step. The plan step is doing this. It basically provides your tech stack. So in here you say like, what do I plan this to be built with? So what I want to do this is I want to build it with where is my SpecKit? SpecKit. This is a UX problem I don't like about the terminal. It goes out of my face because
it doesn't look like this for me.
No, it's maybe it's a terminal rendering problem with anti-gravity. Which terminal are you running? Westterm?
I'm running Westterm or sometimes Ghosty. I tried that one as well.
Yeah,
and it's in Tmux itself. So
we're going to plan it. What's the plan? Build the Chrome extension in Next.js or just vanilla
just
JS?
Build or sometimes I just skip providing anything. If it's a project that already exists, I just tell it to plan. If there's nothing, but otherwise, I don't know about the tech stack for Chrome plugins.
Yeah, build the Chrome extension in vanilla.js. I wouldn't complicate it with Vite and builders and so on, like packaging and so on. So because our requirement is so simple, vanilla.js and CSS should do the job.
Yeah.
Vanilla JavaScript and CSS. So now It's going to create a few more MD files with this spec-kit thingy. And okay, meanwhile this is running, we can explain the next steps. The next step is basically it breaks it down into smaller tasks. Once the plan is done, it creates the small little tasks in MD files. Nice, there's something going on. It asks me to this. So it creates this little tasks. In Taskmaster, it is a JSON file it creates.
Yeah.
And then
Here
in
it's a Markdown.
Taskmaster, in here it is Markdown.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I like this one, because Markdown is so LLM friendly, and JSON is just consuming more tokens.
Yeah.
It's LLM friendly, but it's consuming more tokens. If I may find that particular step of the where was it?
If you need some examples, I can provide some.
For Taskmaster?
No, Taskmaster.
No, I want to just pull the Taskmaster.
I never got to use that.
Here, this one. I want to pull this to show Taskmaster's tasks in here.
The actual.
So here somewhere I saw that. Here. So this is Taskmaster UI. So the UI of Taskmaster is all in terminal. You run like Taskmaster show list, and then it shows you a list like this, but it's all saved inside JSON files on the desk that you can also check in. This is one cool thing about these projects like Taskmaster and SpecKit, that if you check in these things, then you can go back historically and find out what did I prompt, or what did this code generate through which kind of prompting. So therefore it's cool to generate that.
There's another cool feature with the SpecKit that I forgot to mention. It always creates, for each feature that you add, it creates a quickstart.md. And there you have the documentation how to actually start to set that up. Because the problem is, when you create the code, you develop it in your head and you already know how to use it, and you're really quick setting it up. But then the other people on your team don't have that information. It's just on your head. And they will start to read code. But here you have a quick start, and sometimes it depends if it's an API, you get the curl commands and everything that you have for setting up how to...
And it becomes like your wiki page.
Yes.
And it's a lot of, how do you call it, information. And who lacks a lot of information? LLMs.
Yeah,
And
so
then
you can use that
create a little
for
RAG behind it.
To also be you could hook it up to your support ticket system. So when a ticket comes in with a bug or some problem, it can go through these quick start documents, identify
and then
the thing, and then suggest some answer
I'm
already.
thinking about this, that if you have like your GitHub issues, let's say if you're running an open source project, if a SpecKit can also pull GitHub issues to kind of identify the problem areas and ignore fixing those as it is already planned somewhere. So if you're asking something, because it's this kind of like bot that goes through all your code and it finds something that's wrong, and then it cross-checks it with the GitHub issues, or anywhere that you're doing your issue tracking, be it even like on a monday.com or Jira or wherever, or GitHub issues, and then it leaves it, like ignores fixing that piece of code. Because it's already through your radar. You, as maintainer of the open source project, you already know that I'm tracking it, so don't worry about this. And I think this is going to be a great addition to SpecKit. We need to answer this. I cannot trust Cloud Code to run it with dangerously skip permission on my machine.
That's why I keep it on a VM. So there, as I mentioned, don't really care.
Yeah, cool. So it's running. After this, this is going to be a little bit of a lengthy process, right? So it's creating all the, which step are we in right now? I just typed it and then I forgot. Plan, right?
Well, yeah, that's also an issue I have. I keep forgetting which step I am in.
So we're in plan right now. After plan, then it's task, and then after task, it's implement. Implement will also take a very long time, but we will gradually bring the live session to an end in like 15 minutes, regardless of this completion of this. And then I'll let it run, finish it, and keep pushing it to this GitHub repository that I've shared with you guys, or I didn't. I will just copy paste it in the comments so that it stays there with this GitHub repository, so that it stays in the comment section of this live stream. All right, Spickit. I don't know what other cool projects are there because they are so tiny projects, and the noise of the AI, it doesn't bubble up, it doesn't show
Or
up.
sometimes it just gets a lot of traction. But by the time you want to try it, it's already dead, or Anthropic killed it with something else.
By the way, what do you say about OpenClaw? Born in this city. Was it in this city in Vienna or another city?
I think he's not from. I think he's not from Vienna. He lived here, yeah. So generally, I'm more on the pessimistic side, but it's not against OpenClaw, the developer.
Yeah.
The thing is that I get, but because it's a n8n competition, it's got nothing to do with that.
How's he called? Peter Eisenberger?
I forgot his name. I'm really bad with names. Sorry.
Yeah. Peter.
But my issue is not with the tool itself.
Yeah.
Most of the times, if I ask people, what do you want to use it for? What do you want it to do? And it's just answer, just to do stuff. But define
what exactly?
Stuff. And the thing is with IT stuff, we IT nerds that jump early onto stuff, we sometimes start just taking things apart, just looking into it, and then understanding how things work, how things can break, and how to fix it if it breaks.
Yeah.
But non-tech people, because it's so easy, and because the LLMs just give such a good answer, think, oh, it will know what to do. It's something intelligent. And they just jump into this without even thinking, what do they want to accomplish?
I have also heard the term baby AGI, or nano AGI, or micro AGI, attributed to OpenClaw, because it basically goes in that direction of like, you give rough instructions and it does it for you. And let me quickly check that. Is it Peter Steinberger, or what is his name? Yeah, Steinberger. So Peter Steinberger, no. Is your
Peter
city name Steinberger? Yeah, Steinberger. Yeah. So Peter Steinberger is a great engineer. He's also the PSPDF kit core contributor. He built that. That was his last company, and he sold it for $100 million. So he was doing all right, but the nerdness in him brought him to this after so many project failures. One thing that really caught my attention into this agentic loop that he created in OpenClaw, which I would love to, by the way, I would love to lock myself again in a hotel room, maybe for 2 days, to try to rebuild OpenClaw, or the engine of OpenClaw, how this works. This is what really caught my attention when I was listening to one of the podcasts where he was a guest, where he said, I was using it in Morocco, because in Morocco, the internet is so slow, and WhatsApp works. WhatsApp was his interface, and he was not using Google Maps directly. He was asking OpenClaw to check the Google Maps and then send back the addresses and so on. And that route worked. And then he said, like, I send him OpenClaw. He said, I sent OpenClaw a voice message on WhatsApp, and I saw that the typing started, and it answered me back. And I asked them, I asked it, how did you answer me? I have never built a voice feature. And then it said that I saw that an incoming message, but I didn't know the type of it. So I read the HTTP header of it, and then I found out that this is a voice file. And then I had your OpenAI API key. So I sent it to ChatGPT, and I said, like, transcribe this. And then it gave me back the transcription, and then I knew what you want, and then I went and did this. So this is when it clicked me, because I said, like, wow, that is the magic. That the whole magic is not that you bring kind of like bridge RPA or robotic process automation, like clicking things around on a screen, and agentic AI. The point is connecting these two dots in a way that it's infinitely becomes smarter, especially if you have a long-term memory attached to it, which resonates to a small project I did in a very pretty early times. Nothing to compare with OpenClaw, but it's a voice AI agent I built. Sorry, voice AI agent. It's a project. I call it Blind Clicks. I built an accounting AI agent. This is like a year ago. If I show this.
Hi, my name is Aemal. I'm an AI engineer specializing in building AI agents for SMEs.
This video itself is a year old, but this video was done when I finished this project. It's all open on my YouTube. One of the very first videos of this. What I build is something like this. This is an AI agent, kind of like Manus, if you know Manus. So this is a virtualized machine. Yeah. This part is a so-called WebTop. WebTop is it runs any Linux distro inside a web browser, basically. Oh, yeah, it's a web container that right now this thing is a web browser that loads the Dativ web application, and I give instructions from here, and it goes and executes it in here like that. So I upload some PDF files in here. It also controls this 2FA authentication. It waits for me until I'm done with the 2FA part, the human in the loop, and so on. I built just kind of like a robotic thing, like it's clicking, going there and there, and I call it Blind Clicks. And the entire architecture of that was basically like this: a Docker container running the WebTop thing that loads any UI, robot.js for all the clicks, and I store all the sequences of the clicks inside a data source. In this case, it was just a JSON. And then this is the part that Peter Steinberger really cracked the right way. I'm not sure if he's using OmniParser or not. OmniParser is a screen parsing tool by Microsoft, which basically gives you, let me see if I can find some pictures of that. That would make more sense here. It gives you whatever is on the screen. This is an icon. It's in that X and Y coordinates. This is a text box. This is clickable. This is draggable. That gives basically the vision to an LLM. And then that LLM will go and tell robot.js to click here, click there, click there, click there. And then what I built in this Blind Clicks thing was it notifies the person. The person logs in back to this web application because it's basically just a web application. You can remotely log into this little portal. And then you click, unblock the bot, or in that, the AI agent. And then it stores all those little new sequences. So next time it will not get blocked in that sequence. So this is how I try to resolve this agentic loop. But I was so naive, and at the time the technology was not so mature. But somehow Peter Steinberger with OpenClaw cracked that loop. Therefore, the WhatsApp voice message worked perfectly fine, and it transcribed it, and that was amazing. When I heard that, and I almost had goosebumps. I say, I tried to do it with OmniParser, but I was not successful. But this dude already cracked the thing. And I'm looking forward to play around with it. Have you tried it, OpenClaw?
No, I'm curious to play a bit with it, but I just don't have the time, and it's not really on my highest priority. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions. I'm just try it, but think twice what this also means, because you have prompt injection potential everywhere.
Yes, obviously. Security is a big. NVIDIA is now coming with their own wrapper on OpenClaw.
Okay.
They're calling it NeoClaw or something. That has security and stuff or something. NemoClaw. It's called NemoClaw. So so they have like all the security patches and everything, kind of like a shell, and the open shell of NVIDIA comes in front of it, and it basically makes it more clean. And this world is changing dramatically fast. So, anyways, let's gradually close our live session. So it created all of these contracts. That's interesting, like all the contract that it needs. And it created all these specs, the data model, the plan. This is the quick start that you're talking about. Everything that it needed. So I'm going to just quickly go and do this. Do the specs, the tasks, and then we will close the session. Huh?
Yep.
Now added, executed the plan, the spec kit plan, just going on. And this one does not require anything because all the data is already generated. So all I need to do is like literally execute this thing, spec tasks. It will go in a loop and then it will generate all the tasks, like tiny little tasks.
So and here what I then no, at the implement step, not the task step, where I tell it to use agent team, and then it will just spin up multiple agents if there are things that it can do in parallel.
In the implement parts, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can already check that in the documentations. So you do implement.
Yeah, and just add the information. Use agent team. Use an agent team for.
And you have created an agent team in Cloud Code?
No, Cloud Code just does it automatically if you tell it to use an agent team.
So
I think that might need some configuration.
It could be that.
Let me check my Cloud JC.
Agent teams here. So the Cloud Code agent teams is basically a multi-agent setup that looks like this. So you have like this super agent, and then it has like sub agents that will execute or coordinate with each other. But since there are multiple tasks, let me actually insert this and then come back here. Since there could be multiple independent tasks, it can be that this one agent is building one feature, the other agent is building the other feature, and so on and so forth, all of them. You're using this feature a lot? I'm not.
Actually, yeah, if there's more to implement, I'm using it. And yeah, there is a configuration variable that needs to be set in the setting, like Cloud Code experimental agent teams is one.
It's an experimental feature.
Yeah, so then it does things in parallel. So I told it, sometimes I tell it really what agent does because I just wanted to see it. Sometimes I'm just telling it.
And you're running on max pricing? $200 per month?
No, 90 something.
90?
But I don't reach the 90 even if I have multiple. Sometimes I'm running 3 projects at the same time.
Yeah.
So far I didn't hit any limits.
I see. And I'm still API usage. It's expensive, but I have control. I have some limits set.
Yeah, no. If I would do it with the API, probably would be much more expensive. But the thing with agent teams, it's supposedly to be a bit more token friendly.
Yeah.
Because then every agent has its special thing and just communicates whatever it needs to the main agent.
Yeah.
But I don't have any stats or any numbers on that because it's so far I'm not running out of or not hitting the limit. Maybe I'm not doing enough. I don't know.
All right.
It worked great for me as well.
All right, so what we have now is a long list. I think this task takes a long time. It's task generator. So it's basically creating one task at a time in here in this MD. As you can see here, it creates, if I display it here, it creates all the tasks in a way that it's phase 1, kind of like a to-do list, and then phase 2, to-do list, and so on. And it expands it to user stories, user story 2, user story 3, and so on. It depends on the size of the project as well. This is a tiny project, so it's not going to be a very, very complex one. but it is going to take some time, right?
Yeah.
So this part is going to take some
And
time.
another important thing, if it's a huge project and a lot of tasks, when you're doing the implement, don't just go ahead and do implement and it will just take the whole thing, because that's going to be
Right.
huge. So you can tell it implement phase 1.
Exactly.
Depending on the size, then you go implement phase 2, phase 3, phase 4.
Right.
But if it's just smaller features, yeah, go ahead, just tell it implement, and it will just
Okay.
implement the
So
whole
our
thing.
tasks are generated. I'm gonna do this. Added tasks. Now, what I will do here is, to your point, implement. I can do it. Enter. It will like literally enter everything.
Yeah.
Or I can instruct it to
Yeah.
implement what? Phase 1.
Phase 1.
Implement. Implement only phase 1. Something like this.
Yeah.
And then this way, it will only pick the tasks of phase 1.
Yeah.
And then this way, it's going to go a little bit faster.
Yeah. Or you can say phase 1 to 3.
Exactly.
It will identify the right tasks. Yeah.
All right, guys. Wonderful. I'm sorry we couldn't finish the project today here, but I have something before we close that I said you're going to stay till the end. So let me show you what I have in the store for you. So I have created a simple proof of concept that will probably interest you a lot if you go based on that proof of concept, build something. If you see, I have, let's say if I have this canvas, it's an empty canvas. What are n8n workflows? They are just JSON, right? So if I have, let's say, an HTTP request node in here with a click, if I copy this and I paste it, you see it's just JSON. Now, if it doesn't exist, you remember I copied it, it's in my clipboard. If I paste it, it comes on the canvas. That's nice. And there's a feature in n8n called Build with AI. This Chrome extension, if we would have had time and if we would have not be expecting around 70 guests today going through that door, who might start showing up in around 30 minutes, we would be, at least I would be, I'm dragging you along, I would be actually building this. So literally building this feature as a Chrome extension. So we can have a Chrome extension in here that will literally replicate this feature. And I will give you the inspiration on how to do it in the next 5 minutes, and then we'll close the session. So I did a little bit of a proof of concept. You remember I have something in my clipboard, like this thing. What I want to do is add that Chrome extension that I built as a proof of concept so that I can explain how would you be able to build that. So what this Chrome extension does, it's called simple paste. It just does one thing. It pastes something that you give it to. So if I go to this text paste extension, and I say go ahead and put the paste into all the websites, it should ask me for permission, because pasting is a sandboxed feature of Chrome. So when you click the extension, reload, now for some reason this is not running anymore. And I just made it like literally while waiting at the gate of the last flight. So it should give me, let me go to a new browser. There you go. It should give me like that. It rendered it and then it stopped showing. Is it this one or another one? No, it's the correct one. Never mind. I will create a subsequent video for this. Maybe it's a good idea, but trust me, it worked. And I will create. No, this is another Chrome extension I created. It's this one. Please run this time. No, not running. Or maybe it's blocked somewhere on the screen. Never mind. What it does is it has like a text box in here, just as a proof of concept, and a button. And when I click the button, it just basically does this. It pastes it. So what I want you to do, think about this, that create a Chrome extension that opens a chat window here. And then it has like a chat input here. And this chat input goes all the way to an n8n workflow, n8n basically webhook, that has an AI agent node that has Anthropic as an LLM that is generating code. And in that code generator, that generated code comes back to this Chrome extension, and then it pastes it here. Basically, you build yourself a code generator that is kind of like building, running just the same way as we have this build with AI feature.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds something like something fun to build or to play around with, to also learn a bit about browser plugins.
Yeah.
So definitely done just one so far. Yeah, so I'm curious to see it in working when you get it running.
Only if I would have had 48 hours and everybody else 24 hours, I would be doing it. Otherwise, like with the amount of tasks on my plate, I'm extremely tired. I'm around the world.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
I go in a new city every Wednesday for these n8n official workshops, one of which in Vienna is going to start in about an hour. And yeah, crazy times. And we are right now hiring. By the way, we are hiring AI automation engineers. We're hiring at Avenai an engineering manager and a couple of interns. So both in the US, East or West Coast, doesn't matter, but in Europe, 3-4 of them in Berlin. So if you're watching this, you're interested, do reach out to me. And the job advertisements are on avenai.io/jobs. So you can also check that, avenai.io/jobs. You can also check this website. Thank you so much for accompanying me in this build session. It was fun.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me along.
Unfortunately, the stars were not aligned today.
Yeah,
First Replit cried, then we ran out of time. Otherwise, this thing is still running. So yeah, still running. I'll continue. I'll finish this part and see how this thing goes on. But nevertheless, it was great fun. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, always.
We have done this before as an episode of my podcast, but now again as a live build session. It's always a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it is, and it's really fun building stuff with you. But I will definitely not join an 18-hour locking myself in a hotel room, because
we can actually build it in 2 different rooms, not in the same room.
No,
you lock it in the other room.
That's not what I mean. I know. We can do the 18-hour, but I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up in the morning and then I'll just pretend I was there the whole time.
I only build. Or maybe you can actually generate some AI video and then join the call and then say, keep nodding in a loop, and then I will say, oh no, Christian is online as well.
Yeah.
But this was crazy when I did this 18-hour long challenge. Shout out to Alicia. Now she became an n8n ambassador.
Yeah, I saw it.
So when I did this 18-hour long challenge, this was so cool that she was all the way like throughout the time in there. And
the whole 18 hours.
The whole 18 hours. And guess what, guys?
Yeah.
We broke the limit of YouTube. Look. If you go to my YouTube channel, let me put it here. It's this one. It's this one. But you see here, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's the limit YouTube. Otherwise, it was 18 hours of a live stream. And definitely not going to bother you for 18 hours next time when I'm trying to rebuild the core of OpenClaw. But do join, because you joined a couple of times in that session. You helped me with the Docker container mounting thing. that unblocked us with the SSH problems that we had. Thank you for that, with the
you're welcome.
FFmpeg. And always great to see you. Thank you so much for all your hospitality. That I'm always in Vienna, and you're such a great friend.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Let me stop this.